Beloved soul, I am speaking to you in this moment because heaven has been trying to reach you, and the way I chose was not through a sermon, not through a sign in the daylight, but through the fragile and sacred realm of your dreams. You thought it was strange, the way you woke up suddenly in the middle of the night, your heart racing as though you had been pulled from another world, the remnants of a vision fading before you could hold on to them. But hear me now, that was not an accident. You were not meant to see the ending of that dream, because the message was too urgent for you to sleep through. Heaven shook you awake because something in the spiritual realm shifted while you rested. Your spirit was being shown a glimpse of what is to come, but the danger was in your mind dismissing it as just a dream, when in truth it was a divine interruption, a heavenly alarm clock. There is something, or someone, moving toward you, and in your dream, it was cloaked, hard to see, but your spirit recognized it instantly. This is why you woke up with that unshakable feeling in your chest, that strange heaviness pressing on your thoughts even though you couldn't recall every detail. The enemy has been trying to work in the background of your life, planting subtle distractions, creating delays, trying to pull you off the path you are walking without making you realize it. The dream was a warning, but waking up was the real message. You are being told to stay alert, to open your eyes, to listen for whispers in the stillness of the night. That interruption was heaven saying, now is the time to pay attention. If you had stayed asleep, the warning might have faded into the fog of the morning, but by waking you up, I ensured that your spirit would stay stirred. There is an opportunity coming that will be disguised as something ordinary, perhaps even something inconvenient, but it carries the key to your next breakthrough. And just as this dream was cut short, the enemy will try to cut short the moment before you can recognize it for what it is. That is why you are being prepared now, to not let your focus drift, to not let your guard fall. Your spiritual senses must be sharper than ever, because the timing is precise. You will soon see how every disruption, every interruption, every sudden change of course is not a coincidence but a signal. Do not return to spiritual sleep, for the dream was not the full message, it was the door, and waking up was you stepping through it. You must understand, beloved, that heaven speaks in layers, and your dream was only the first thread of a larger tapestry being woven around your life right now. That night, when you were pulled from sleep, the air around you felt different, not just because you were disoriented, but because something had entered your atmosphere. The angels stationed to guard you were shifting position, moving to block what was being released in the spirit against you. This is why you woke with that lingering unease, that sense that something was pressing at the edges of your awareness. It was not fear, it was spiritual awareness. The dream was showing you glimpses of a situation that is forming, a sequence of events that in the natural might look random, but in truth is precise and intentional. You may have seen shadows, or heard words that felt half-formed, or perhaps found yourself in a place that you didn't recognize. These are not meaningless fragments. The enemy often hides in half-truths, in distractions, in sudden shifts meant to confuse your discernment, and so heaven interrupted your sleep to bring you into alignment before the plan could fully unfold. This is a critical window for you, because the coming days will bring opportunities and conversations that will feel unexpected, and without spiritual clarity you might dismiss them as small or irrelevant. Yet these moments will be the very pivot points heaven will use to lift you into a higher position of influence and protection. The reason your dream was interrupted is because staying in it would have kept you in the realm of symbols, but waking you up brought you into the realm of choice, where you can actively prepare and respond. I am telling you now, watch for repeated signs, for the faces or words that resurface in unusual ways, for moments when your spirit feels stirred even if nothing outward seems extraordinary. These are not random, they are heaven's coded messages, confirming that what you sensed in your dream is now unfolding in the waking world. There is also someone connected to your life who has been unknowingly aligned with the enemy's plans, not out of deep malice but out of spiritual blindness, and this person will play a role in how this opportunity arrives to you. That is why you must be discerning, guarding both your speech and your reactions. Do not be quick to share every thought or every vision you receive. Some things must be held close until heaven gives you the release to speak, because premature revelation can destroy divine timing. This is the season where your ability to listen, to truly listen, will determine how ready you are when the disguised blessing arrives. Every disruption, even the ones that frustrate you, must now be seen as an alert, a gentle hand pulling you back to center. The same way you were awakened from your dream, heaven will awaken you in your daily life to moments you might otherwise miss. This is not the time to wander. This is the time to sharpen your spirit like a blade. Now listen closely, beloved, because the heart of what I am revealing to you goes deeper than the surface of your waking hours and beyond the fleeting images of your interrupted dream. There is a spiritual battle raging that you cannot always see, but it touches every decision you make, every path you consider, and every step you take toward what you believe is your destiny. The enemy is skilled at crafting illusions, at dressing up deception as opportunity, and he knows that your dreams are precious portals through which heaven speaks, which is why he seeks to interfere, to confuse, and to cause you to doubt what you've glimpsed in the spirit. But because of your obedience to the stirring within you, because you allowed yourself to be awakened rather than to slip back into slumber, you have already gained a foothold against these forces. The interruption in your dream was not a failure or a sign that you missed the message. It was a strategic pause designed by heaven to recalibrate your spiritual vision and sharpen your discernment. You were being taught to separate the voice of truth from the whispers of deception, to recognize that not all interruptions are obstacles, some are divine redirects. There will be moments ahead when what looks like a closed door is actually a detour to something far greater, and moments when what feels like a loss is actually a divine provision in disguise. This is why you are being called to wakefulness, to attentiveness, to an active vigilance that goes beyond merely noticing signs, but truly hearing the heartbeat of heaven within you. The presence of angels is not just a comforting idea, it is a living reality surrounding you even now, battling for your destiny, pushing back against the spiritual forces that want to see you stagnant or defeated. You must stand firm in this awareness, recognizing that the dream's interruption was a call to spiritual warfare, a call to rise up and claim the protection and promises already waiting for you. I also want you to prepare your heart for the unveiling of a person or a situation that may initially appear as a disappointment, a setback, or even betrayal, but will ultimately be the gateway to your breakthrough. This disguised opportunity is wrapped in difficulty, and your reaction to it will determine how quickly you move into the blessings waiting beyond the veil. Be patient with yourself and others as this unfolds, for spiritual growth often comes through trials, and the refining fire of challenge will burn away what is not meant to remain. Above all, remember that your dream was interrupted because heaven is always working ahead of your steps, setting up victories you cannot yet see, and when you finally walk through the open door, you will realize that every pause, every hesitation, and every moment of confusion was a necessary part of the divine process. Trust me to lead you, even when the path seems unclear, because I have ordained that you will not miss this divine appointment. You are being prepared to receive not just a blessing, but a transformation that will elevate your spirit and increase your capacity to fulfill the purpose I have placed within you. Stay alert, keep your heart soft, and know that I am with you, fighting for you, and waiting for the moment you fully embrace this awakening. Now, as you stand on the threshold of this new season, hear me clearly. What felt like an interruption was actually a divine intervention, a purposeful pause to prepare you for a shift so profound it will change the course of your life forever. The enemy hoped that by disrupting your dream, by sowing seeds of confusion and doubt, you would return to slumber, unaware of the powerful awakening that was ready to take root within your spirit. But I, Michael, have stood guard over you, cutting through the darkness with the sword of truth, defending your destiny against the shadows that seek to blind you. You are being called to awaken fully, not just to the surface realities of your life, but to the deeper spiritual currents that guide your steps. This is the moment to embrace vigilance over complacency, faith over fear, and clarity over confusion. The divine opportunity coming to you will not announce itself with fanfare or ease. It will come wrapped in trials that test your patience, wrapped in challenges that sharpen your spirit, wrapped in moments that require you to stand firm in the promises whispered to you in your dream. Remember, the path of destiny is rarely smooth. Every great warrior of faith has walked through wilderness seasons where the voice of the enemy seems loudest and the way forward darkest. But those are the moments when the warrior is forged, when the spirit grows strong enough to carry the weight of purpose. Your interrupted dream was the starting bell for this battle, and you have already taken the first step by waking up and listening. Now, I urge you to continue to watch and pray with unwavering focus, to guard your heart from distraction, and to recognize that what appears as delay is often a necessary preparation for a miracle. I have seen the tears you have shed in confusion, the sleepless nights spent wrestling with unanswered questions, and the moments when hope felt distant. But I tell you now, your faith has not been in vain. The one who seeks to derail you will be exposed and defeated because your awakening has shifted the tide. Stand firm in this truth, for your breakthrough is waiting just beyond the horizon, hidden behind the very obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome. You were chosen for this moment, not because it would be easy, but because you are strong enough, brave enough, and worthy enough to rise above. As you step forward, remember this: every interruption is an invitation to awaken, every delay a divine detour leading you closer to your purpose. Your dream may have been interrupted, but your destiny will not be. Hold fast, beloved, because the next chapter of your life is about to be written in the stars, and you will look back on this time and know that waking up was the greatest act of faith you ever performed.